Hi friends, good afternoon to all of you. Today I am going to discuss with you not related to the law but the career opportunities which are available to the law graduates. That is the today's subject. Specifically it is meant for new advocates who recently passed the LLB from the recognized universities, that they are sometimes confused what to do, because in law there are number of branches available, number of career opportunities are available. Therefore they must not be knowing what to do etc in their life. Perhaps they may not be having a guide or mentor or father or mother or anyone in their family as a lawyer who could guide them. So today's topic selected by me is to what are the career opportunities available to law graduates. We know that every parent, they dream their son or daughter should become either engineer or doctor or pilot or chartered accountant or scientist etc etc. Whenever to a child who is going to the school that what you would like to be in your future, then the child will say only two things. In India, specifically in India, child will say only two things, that I would like to be a doctor or I would like to be an engineer. And beyond that there is no, they do not see, they do not have the sight what to do beyond these two concepts only, and making career only in two fields, that is doctor or engineer. Right from the childhood, even I have seen that many child, they say, many of my friends in the childhood, they used to say that either they want to be a doctor or engineer. So most of the student after 10th, they pursue science course. At the time of 11th and 12th, they do science so as to pursue their career in as a doctor in medical field or as an engineer. And I have also seen that in Indian society many have negative thinking about the law field, particularly at the rural areas. If you see that nobody's parent will say that they want to make their son as a lawyer. However, law field is noble field. It is considered to be a noble field, and certainly it is noble. Therefore nowadays, once someone has done LLB course, either 5-year course or 3-year course, it doesn't mean that he will only go in the litigation practice, or that is called traditional lawyers. Nowadays we are in the 21st centuries, therefore number of career opportunities are available to us, which I am going to focus. A career in law is like a tree. A law field is like a tree which has number of branches. Therefore it is up to you on which branch you would like to select, or what you would like to be. As stated by one of the greatest scholar person, that an optimist looks opportunity in every difficulty, whereas a pessimist looks difficulty in every opportunity. Therefore, the first of all, whenever you are going to make a career in the field of law, you must be of positive mind. Your state of mind must be positive. Wherever you goes, either in the law field or science or commerce or anywhere, you should be positive first of all. And another proverb you must keep in mind to be a successful, that nothing comes easy. Means the ordinary things are available easily, free of charge. But if you want to be like a diamond etc, then nothing comes easy. Therefore you have to take efforts or pain for that. Likewise, this principle is also applicable in the field of making career. The kind of pain you take, the kind of work you do, that decides the career. Because another proverb I would like to add here, that one who waits for opportunity is a lazy. One who misses the opportunity is a fool, and one who creates the opportunity is genius. Now with this beginning, I'm going to start the topic, that what are the career opportunities available to law graduates. First of all, I would tell you that how to do a law LLB course. that there are two ways to do LLB course. One is after SSC. The course is a 5 years course, and after graduation, either in the commerce, arts, science, or any graduate from any field from the recognized university, then that course is of 3 years. So before seeking admission to LLB 3 year course or 5 year course, you must pass the entrance examination. Earlier, that entrance examination was not there. That is only objective type multiple choice questions examination. Once you crack that, then you can get the admission, and that is also not that much difficult. Once you pass 3 year course and 5 year course after studying these law subjects, then if you want to practice as a lawyer, then under the Advocates Act, you have to register your name with the Bar Council of India as an advocate, and thereafter you can practice anywhere. Now, if you want, maximum student, they go for the litigation because that is traditional. Either they practice in the sessions court, that is trial courts, or in the high courts, or many of them practice in the Supreme Courts. Now, people have thinking of security always, because they think that those lawyers who are practicing in the court, they do not get the salary. Obviously, it is a profession, and whenever you start the profession, then you have to give some time. It will take some time. You have to build the contacts, you have to take the efforts, you have to learn many things, and you have to achieve the professionalism. Then and then only, after achieving the competency, the people will approach to you. So that certainly that takes time. Now I will advise one thing to all junior advocates, that once you pass LLB course, if you are into the litigation practice, either practicing in the Supreme Court, High Court, or any trial court, do not do juniorship for more than 2 years maximum. You can do a juniorship of 1 year or maximum 2 years, because once you enter in the practice, perhaps you may not be knowing the formats of draft of writ petitions, appeal, second appeal, and you must not be knowing how to draft it, how to take the grounds, and how to draft the prayers, how to exhibit the documents, etc. And you must not be knowing the procedure step by step. Therefore, if you are a first generation lawyer, then definitely you have to do juniorship with the others, without your not with the parents, because your parents are not lawyers. In that case, you have to take a much efforts. So one has to do juniorship certainly. The minimum time for juniorship should be 1 year and maximum 2 years, according to me. But the old people, they say that before even I'm becoming lawyer, most of the people, they used to say that we have to do juniorship for 5 years, then you will not earn anything like. Oh, that is not correct. Gone are the days now, because we are in the 21st century. The moment when you pass the degree of law, you have opportunity to earn the monies also. And however, you have to focus on learning. Therefore, this learning process may take 1 year or 2 years. So my advice to all junior, that do not do juniorship for more than 2 years, because the logic behind that is, the more you time spent in the juniorship, you won't be that much serious. If you have been given a case to prepare it, to draft it, and to argue it, then the sense of responsibility will be more. Because otherwise, suppose you feel that your senior is going to draft the case, your senior is going to argue the case, or your senior is going to cross-examine, then you will be only watching. Therefore, you will not be that much serious. So unless you take a responsibility, unless you start yourself, then you will not learn the things quickly. And I would like to quote here once again one statement given by the scholar, senior advocate, that the kind of knowledge which you get from 50 cases as a juniorship, on the contrary, suppose you are handling only 5 cases as an independent lawyer, then you will be having much knowledge when you are handling only 5 cases, because you will think seriously about that. You will prepare the case, you know the drafting, and you know what is written in every paragraph, what is the prayer, what are the documents, etc. and you know how to argue, etc., then the sense of responsibility will be more. However, that depends upon the maturity. The more you read, the more you understand, the more your knowledge gains, and more you become confident. So here, on this point, I say that do not do juniorship for more than 2 years and start independent practice. Once you do the degree of law, you have to decide a career, because there are number of branches available in the law field. So you have to decide this first. Now, if you want to join the other fields of the law, like, then the what are the options available to you? Number one, if you are in the metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, Bangalore, etc., then you could join the law firms, because at the metro cities number of law firms are practicing. Though these are not available at the rural areas, then you can join such a law firms by appearing in the interview. You can show your talent, and based on your interview they can select you. Then the what kind of work is being done in the law firms question arises, because sorry, number of law firms are there. They deals in different kinds of matter, like some of the law firms deals in the real estate cases, some of the law firms are practicing in civil sides only, like arbitrations and handling the civil suits, etc., commercial litigations like company law cases, winding up cases, arbitration, banking cases, civil suits. And some of the law firms are also practicing at criminal side, and some of the law firms are also practicing in advising the companies, corporates, and compliance of the companies. Some of the law firms are practicing at the family laws, some of the law firms are practicing at consumer cases or income tax, etc. Then it is up to you which law firm you would like to select. Then at the initial stage, if you have decided to work in the law firm, then you can join the law firms, provided that you pass the interview. Thereafter, if you are not interested in the practice and you want to do a job, then the option is also available to you. You can join the companies, like many corporate companies are there. They need the lawyers for their compliance work, because under the Companies Act, number of compliances have to be done by the companies every year. Number of regulation need to be followed. Then one can join the company, because every company have law officers post to guide them, to suggest them for compliances, etc. They require law graduates. In that cases, you can join the companies also. Any company definitely will require a lawyer, like they require a chartered accountant, company secretary. Similarly, they require lawyers. Now, after doing LLB, if you want to be a professor, assistant professor, then you have to do a master degree, master of law from the recognized universities, and the course is of 2 years. Once you pass first year, then if you are appearing for second year, then you are eligible to appear for that examination of NET or SET. That is called National Eligibility Test Examination or State Eligibility Test. National NET examination is conducted at national level, whereas SET examination is considered arranged at the state level. Either of the examination you have to pass, or you have to do a PhD. For that, you must have a degree of master degree, that is LLM. Without that, you cannot appear for that. And you need to have certain percentage of the marks, like 55% marks in the master degree, so as to appear for the NET or SET examination. Then that examination is consisting of preliminary examinations, objective type questions, and descriptive examinations. So there are 2 papers. Once you pass the NET or SET examination, then you are qualified to be a professor. It doesn't mean that every university or colleges need to absorb you, because this is only qualifying examination. Therefore, you are qualified to be a professor, that is assistant professors, means you are eligible only. However, state is not bound to give the job to you, because you might have seen in the practical life that many people they have successfully passed a NET or SET examination. However, they are still jobless, then it is up to the state or the management or the universities or the college management to select them. Then net or cent, PhD is also equivalent to that, net or cent. Anybody who has done the PhD can also can also become assistant professors. Now, if you want to be a judge, that is judiciary, then the rules are different in every states of India. What is applicable in Maharashtra, I would like to tell you here. Any law graduate who secured 55% marks in final year of LLB is eligible to appear for the examination of JMFC or CJJD. That is called Judicial Magistrate First Class / Civil Judge Junior Division. In that case, you need not have experience of courts practice. Without having experience, you can appear directly for that examination, provided that you have secured 55% marks in final year of LLB. On the contrary, suppose you have secured less than 55% marks, then you have to get the experience of 3 years as a lawyer. Then only you are eligible to appear for that examination. So that examination is consisting of three examinations specifically. One is preliminary examination, that is multiple choice questions. Once you crack that examination, once you pass that examination, then you have to appear for men's examination, which consists of 2 papers, civil and criminal, and total number of subjects would be 10 to 12 subjects, including all civil procedure code, criminal procedure code, Indian Evidence Act, contract law, transfer of property act, sale of goods act, partnership laws, specific these subjects are there, which I'm not going to into detail. Once you pass that examination, then you have to appear for interview. Then two written papers are consisting of 100 each marks, and interviews consisting of 50 marks. Once you pass that examination, then you can be magistrate. However, this examination is conducted by MPSC, that is competitive examination. Therefore, it involves the competitions amongst many. Only 10% cracks this examination, 10 or 20%. Nowadays, government is conducting examination, and in the old time, like 10 years back, this examination used to come after 5 years, 6 years, etc. Nowadays, this examination is coming every year. Vacancies are being created by the government. Now, thereafter, you can also become a public prosecutor. What is the qualification to be a public prosecutor? That if you want to be in the employment of the government, then you can be a public prosecutor to handle the cases of the government, to appear for the prosecution sides. The qualification for that is you should have experience as a lawyer of 5 years so as to appear for that examination. That examination is also conducted by MPSC. Once you pass that examination, then you will be allowed to, means you will be in the employment of the government, you can become a public prosecutors. And the process of examination is similar like that of JMFC, preliminary examination, written examination, thereafter interview. Now, what career opportunities are available? That in every government departments, like every departments, municipal corporation, or even in the Mantralaya, or even in police department, there are vacancies of the law officers. If you are interested, depends upon the vacancies. If you crack the examination, that is competitive examination, then you can join the government department as a law. Nowadays, every department requires, every government department requires a law officers, like MSCB, even post office, municipal corporation, Mantralaya, police office. Every department requires. It is up to you. If you crack that examination, if you pass that competitive examination, then you can be a law officer. Thereafter, once you get the experience as a lawyer of 7 years, then you are entitled to appear for the examination of judiciary once again, because some for higher post the examinations are also conducted for like labor court judge, industrial court judge, or district judge. In that case, what is the qualifications for appearing to the examination of labor court judge? The qualification is that you should have experience as a lawyer of 7 years, and your age should be less than 30 years. However, for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students, age may be relaxed. Some few more years are also available to them in every competitive examination. Now, if you want to be industrial judge, depends upon the vacancies. You can also appear for that examination conducted by MPSC in Maharashtra. The qualification to appear for that examination is you should have 7 years experience as a lawyer, and your age should be minimum 35 years to appear for the examination of industrial judge. Likewise, family judge also. Likewise, a district judge. Now, district judge, that is also a bigger post, considered to be a post of reputation. Always judiciary has reputation. Therefore, the qualification to appear for the district judge is one should have experience as a lawyer of 7 years, and his minimum age should be 35 years. So far as the Constitution of India is concerned, it does not speak in respect of the minimum age required to appear for the examination of district judge. Because if you see the Constitution of India, the relevant provisions, it says that only the qualification to appear for the district judge is you should have experience as a lawyer of 7 years, standing experience only 7 years. It does not say anything regarding the minimum age. Whereas the rules framed by the MPSC in Maharashtra says that your age should be minimum 35 years. Now, I would like to say something regarding this. This is debatable issue, and perhaps litigation can be filed in respect of this subject. See now, any rules or law cannot go against the Constitution of India. If it goes, then it can be declared as a ultra virus, or if it goes against the fundamental right, then it can be declared as unconstitutional. So under a judicial review, the judiciary can strike down any provisions of law or any law which goes against the Constitution of India. Constitution of India is the supreme law of the country. Now see, the rules should be in consonance with the Constitution of India, provisions of Constitution of India. It should not be against the provisions of the Constitution of India. When that the age to appear for the examination of district judge is only, it does not say anything about the age. It says that your experience should be 7 years. Suppose you have passed the LLB examination at the age of 23 years. You became law graduate at the age of 23 years. Then after 7 years, you will be of 30 years only, 30. Then according to Constitution of India, you are eligible or qualified to appear for the examination of district judge. Whereas the rules framed by the respective state prevents you, because you have not completed 35 years of age. Therefore, though you are 29 or 30 years, though you got experience of 7 years as a lawyer, but you are not allowed to appear for that examination. Therefore, it means your right to appear for the competitive examination is taken away, abrogated. Therefore, this is subject of litigation and also subject of judicial review, that we are not going into detail of this. Now, another, what career opportunities are available to law graduates? Most of the students can also appear for MPSC examination, UPSC examination once they pass the LLB courses, because we know to appear for the UPSC and MPSC examination, one should have degree of law. One should have degree or degree only, graduation either in the commerce, arts, science or law. Those candidates who are doing a LLB 5-year course after 12th, then certainly after 3 years of completion of their 3 years course, they are also eligible to appear for the examination of UPSC or MPSC. Likewise, a law graduate, obviously he is already qualified, because someone who completed BCom, he is qualified to appear for UPSC examination because he got the degree, graduation, he did the graduation, thereafter he is doing a graduation in law, then he is double graduate. So surely he is also qualified to appear for the examination of UPSC or MPSC. And this examination is very tough examination, considered to be a toughest examination, UPSC, and it depends upon the student. If he wishes or desires to be officer of the central government, then he has to crack this examination. Now some other career opportunities available, like those law graduates, if they are in metro cities like Delhi, Bombay, then they can pursue a course of solicitorship. Solicitor, that is also a concept. Internship has to be done with the solicitors. That examination is conducted by I think Bombay Bar Association. I may not be knowing exact things regarding this. So to be a solicitor, after graduation one has to pursue this course. Internship is there, examinations are there. Once somebody passes that examination, then he becomes solicitors. And solicitors are specifically known for their drafting works. They are masters of drafting. Now many jobs in respect of the law fields are available in the banks, because every banks require an advisor and lawyer, that is a post of law officers who is always suggesting them regarding the compliances to be done, everything. And in case if litigation is filed against the bank, then he will be handling the litigation, etc. So some jobs are there in banks also. One can go for such jobs if he wishes so. And another examination is there, patent attorney. Someone who has done the LLB and interested to practice in IPR laws, intellectual property, like trademark, copyright, patent subjects, specifically patent subject, then he has to pass that examination of patent to be a patent attorney, because patent cannot be drafted by any ordinary normal advocate or general advocates. A patent attorney, that examination is there, one has to pass that examination. However, to handle the cases of IPR laws, only degree of law is required, and one need not have this patent attorney examination passed. Only for drafting purpose that patent attorney examination is provided. A patent attorney can only draft the patents. However, as far as the litigation is concerned, any lawyer who got the degree of law, who is allowed by the Bar Council of India, then he can handle the litigation of trademark, copyright, patents. This is the new branch of law, that cyber laws, trademark, patent. So many of the lawyers, they do specialization, they practice here. Nowadays this field is gaining importance also, because everywhere copyrights violated, trademarks infringement is done, new inventions are being created. Therefore this requires specific knowledge, and this branch of law is also important. So those who are willing to become IPR lawyer, etc., they have to focus on this. There is also a book called written by Narayan, author. Even I have done master degree in intellectual property rights from the Mumbai University. However, that special knowledge is not being utilized by me, because I am practicing in general. So those who wants to make their career in the field of IPR, they can also make their careers. Now there are also number of branches available in the law field, like IPR, as I said, trademark, copyright, patent, then consumer, then family, then cyber, tax and corporates, that is company laws, and arbitration. So it is up to you where to go, what to join. As already I have said to you that law is like a tree which has number of branches available to it. Now I would like to focus my I would like to focus your attention towards the practice. Most of the people, they think that once they pass the degree, they feel that there is no security to practice as an independent lawyer. Therefore, they join these kind of jobs which I have narrated, like 1 dozen jobs available. They want to become a judge, they want to become a public prosecutor, they want to become professor, they want to join law firms, they want to be in the government offices, MPC, UPC, etc. But they certainly hardly they feel that they should be a practicing lawyer. When I was a student, then one great lawyer was invited by college. I think his name is Ujwal Nikam. Then one of the student or candidate asked a question to him, "Sir, number of students are getting degree of laws. Then what is the scope for law graduates, specifically for those who wants to practice in the court of law?" Then the respected sir has given a very nice answer. He said that the law field is like a multi-storied building, like ground floor, which is consisting of 100 rooms, for example. Thereafter, first floor is consisting of 50 flats. Thereafter, second floor is consisting of 20 flats, and top floor is consisting of maybe a few. Likewise, the law field is like that. If once you have become lawyer, becoming lawyer is not that much tough, because once you crack the examination of 3 years, then you will be lawyer. But the challenges does not end there only. The fact that you have got the degree doesn't make you a lawyer. Thereafter, you should practice in the court of law. You should read number of books. You should gain the knowledge. You should have practically experience. Then that will make you a good lawyer. If you stop definitely one has to read every day. He has to be updated. He has to be vigilant. He has to read the number of books, etc., so as to achieve the top level. Therefore, see, the senior most advocate Ujwal Nikam sir said that those lawyers who pass the LLB course, once they get the degree, if they do not study, then they will be at the ground level, ground floor, where 100 flats are there, for example, as said by me. Thereafter, those who read, those who take some efforts, they will be on the first floor. Those who takes much efforts, those who are very talented, those who are passionate, those who are dedicated, those who have number of contacts, then they will be at the topmost level. Now it is up to you where to go, which floor you want to join. It is up to you. So in practice, only two kinds of persons comes in the practice, and this is like ocean, whereas the rest of the jobs enumerated by me are like a rivers only. Those who feel insecurity, they will join the job, they will leave the mainstream ocean, they will join the river, etc., because they want to have security in their life. As said by one of the greatest person, that nothing is secure as such. Once again, I am reiterating, nothing is secured as such in the life, because nothing is certain. Nowadays, people are suffering from the COVID-19, and what is the future now? Can you tell you what will happen tomorrow? We cannot tell. So this proverb is applicable, that nothing is secured as such. In respect of the employment, in respect of the jobs, in respect of the career, this quotation is also applicable. Therefore, you should be very much positive. As I said by one of the scholars, that an optimist looks opportunity in every difficulty, whereas a pessimist looks difficulty in every opportunity. You have to be optimist, you have to be positive, because I have seen many of the lawyers, they leave the field, they join the corporate, they do the company, they join the company, they become manager only for the sake that they want to run their family. So those who are coming in this field, those who want to be litigation lawyer, they should not come for only bread and butters. Think beyond that, because bread and butter you can earn anywhere. If you do any job, then you can earn the bread and butter. But certainly this field of law is noble, which is not meant for only bread and butter, but it is for passionate. It is to serve the justice, to secure the justice, and to help the people to get the justice. Obviously, professionalism is there. You will get the fees for that also. But one has to be active. One should not be a dormant. That's what I want to focus here. Now only two kind of people come in the field of law, that is specifically traditional litigation practice, one by choice and the rest by default, because perhaps they may not have done anything, therefore they come in this and they just do not take efforts, and they are passive. They do not move, they do not make a movement by their mind, they by their heart. They do not take efforts. They feel that let the destiny decides. No, you have to take the effort, thereafter destiny comes. Because one of the scholars author has defined what is luck. A luck is when efforts meets opportunities. Unless you take the efforts, then even if you get the opportunities, you cannot do. For example, for example, a person who can't play cricket, who doesn't even handle the bats properly, he cannot have footwork, he has never played the cricket, and opportunity is given to him to play for India. Can he play? He cannot play. He cannot score 5 runs, 10 runs, etc. He cannot, because ultimately it is not the luck. Because why? One has to take the efforts. When efforts meets opportunity, on the contrary, suppose a player, cricket player who is playing very much cricket, very nice cricket, he is very best batsman, but he is not getting the opportunities. But once he gets the opportunity, then certainly he will make something different. Therefore, when efforts meets the opportunity, that is luck. Therefore, my friends, destiny does not decide. Destiny is only 1%. However, efforts are important. And as said by Mahatma Gandhi, that this society needs everyone, collector, ordinary persons. So all people have not born with the equal talents. They have born with the different talents, etc. However, being a noble field, those who are joining this law field, certainly they have to take the efforts. And most of the lawyers, they take. And this field of law is like an ocean. Number of books are available, number of laws are available. One has to read, one has to be updated. Therefore, people who cannot who do not like such a field should not be in this field, because it is stated by one of the persons that it is up to your interest. If you have interest, then you should join the field. Suppose I have no interest in the science, then I should not do a science, honestly, because I cannot understand anything of the science. In my practical life also, I have not taken admission for science because I don't know science. I did the commerce. Therefore, anyone, likewise, I have done law. Anyone who has interest in the law should join the field. Otherwise, only passing of the time, like 10 years, 20 years, will be wastage of the time and not the experience. Hope that I have covered many things and I have guided to all my young junior advocates. And one more thing I would like to suggest my junior advocates, those who recently passed, that do not do a specialization at the initial stage. If you are first generation lawyers, if you do not have your father, mother, or any uncle or any godfather as a lawyer, then certainly you are a first generation lawyer. Then in that case, you do not do specialization. If you are able to handle the civil cases, if your concepts are that much clear, if you are able to handle the civil cases, criminal cases, or all kind of cases, then why you restrict yourself to a particular field only? Likewise, the people, they start practice only in family court, etc. If you can do all, then why to restrict yourself with a particular field only? Therefore, I suggest the first generation lawyer that do not do do not do specialization. You practice for 10 years and let the cases comes. Thereafter you decide. After a particular span of time, you can decide where to go or where to expertise. Likewise, also I have suggested that do not do juniorship for more than 2 years. In my practical life, me and another my friend, best friend Rajesh Panchal, when we came to Mumbai for the first time in 2005, that time hardly I think we have done juniorship for more than 1 year. Rajesh has done juniorship for only six months only, because our conditions was not such to continue juniorship for longer time. Therefore, we started immediately practicing as an independent lawyer. So what I have experienced, that I'm telling from my experience, that do not do juniorship for more than 2 years, minimum 1 years, and do not specialize at the initial stage, and be active. And the field of law is like a ocean, and the other jobs are like rivers. I am, with a due regard, I'm not disrespecting anyone, but the remaining jobs are like a river only, whereas the law field is like ocean. Once again, I'm confirming this view, reiterating that the law field is like a ocean. Now it is up to you where to swim, whether to swim in the river or whether to swim in the ocean. If you can swim in the ocean, then swim. But certainly for swimming in the ocean, you should have number of qualities required, which I'm not going to discuss here again, because I have not got that much experience like 25 years or 35 years to suggest you. But certainly for new advocates, I can suggest that now, as I said, that it is up to you. Once you have come in the law field, you have got the degree of law, number of branches of law are available, tree of law is also available, to which I have described as a law practice, and to the branches I have described as a branches, and to the law field I have described as ocean. It is up to you where to go. Certainly in the initial days of the practice, you don't think that your friends are working in the law firm, they are getting salary, they can get the loan, etc. Do not compare yourself with others. Just focus on practice. See, the biggest lawyers of the country, they have started practice, they never joined the law. Otherwise you could not. Had the Ram Jetmalani, had the Soli Sorabji, had the Fali Nariman joined the jobs of the government, they could not have been biggest lawyer of the country. Therefore, this country has produced a number of biggest lawyers. Therefore, dedication is required, decision is required, continuous efforts are required, patience are also required. Now, I'm also not suggesting that you should join the litigation only, but it is up to you. Just I have explained what is the situation. Hope that I have guided all my junior friends and new lawyers regarding this law field and career opportunities available in the law fields, and hope that you have enjoyed this lecture. Thanks